Bonjour à tous, c'est vous le direction. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour la 13e partie de l'épisode 2, la cavalerie sur Jurassic Park de Game. Dans la dernière partie, nous avons rencontré de nouveaux dinos qui sont les Herrerasaurus et les secours nous a sauvés. Et nous avons rencontré le docteur Laura Sarkin. Et nous allons voir qu'est-ce que nous allons voir. C'est parti.
Few good marks in my employee file. It's been a rough year.
I know, right? I almost got suspended for skipping class too much. Mom would have killed me.
Well, we all got problems. Are you serious?
What? I'm taking a break.
Good idea. Don't want you to strain yourself.
So what's the deal? Why didn't you tell Dr. Sorkin why it's so important to get off this island?
Trust me, if we bully that one, she's gonna cause problems.
So what do we do?
Simple. Charm her. Look, all I need to do is get some information on this woman. Dig into her past. Find out what makes her tick. I'm sure if I say enough of the right things, she'll practically think getting off the island was her idea in the first place.
Hey, can I bum one of those? Okay.
Quoi? C'est quoi ça?
I'm not moving these things. They look like they weigh a ton.
I think Dr. Sorkin said we're only supposed to move file boxes.
Oh, yeah. Well, good. Ugh, smells like a barrel of wet dog hair.
I know, right? I don't get why dinosaurs eat that stuff.
So, who feels like carrying these boxes back to the helicopter? Me neither. Wait here. I'm gonna go talk to Sorkin.
What should I do?
You wanna help? See if you can dig up anything interesting on our friend Dr. Sorkin in those file boxes.
Cool.
I mean, what was Hammond thinking? The man continually ignored the warnings of his own scientists over marketing people, shareholders, everyone. A disaster like this was inevitable.
Decide. What about a patient?
I'm fine.
I tried to convince her to go with the rescue team, but she refused.
Oh, I can't say I blame her, but still, you're lucky you weren't eaten alive.
You know, Doc, I saw some bites like that of one of my men back at the visitor center.
Mr.
Call me Billy.
Mr. Yoder, would you please tend to the InGen files like we discussed?
Yes, ma'am. I hate to interrupt, ma'am, but I really think we need to be going.
I'm afraid I can't, Mr. Yoder. Someone needs to tend to the dinosaurs during this disaster.
I'm sorry, Dr. Sorkin, but InGen wants all survivors back on the mainland as soon as possible. No exceptions.
Why can't it wait?
Qu'est-ce qui pourrait vous convaincre?
Is there anything I can say to convince you to come with us?
If there is, you haven't said it yet.
Right.
Why have I never seen this? I thought I knew every dino on this island. I wonder what the outside world's gonna think of all this. The government of Costa Rica will certainly have to think twice about InGen's...
Ah, quand je peux retourner là? On va voir qu'est-ce qui... Qu'est-ce qui... On va voir.
So, what'd you find out?
Looks like Dr. Sorkin wanted to turn this place into a dinosaur preserve instead of an amusement park.
And InGen didn't go for it, huh?
Why would they? There's no money in that.
So Dr. Sorkin has a weakness for preserving wildlife. Good to know.
Je vais pas le redire. On va les revoir. Est-ce qu'il propose quelque chose d'autre?
I can't tell you how many times I tried convincing him. The park should be a nature preserve. No theme park attractions, no cages. Hammond never really cared about the marvels I created for him. It's always been about the money. You're angry and scared, and you've got to be exhausted. What's so important to you to go through all this?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Non, on va le
Very
redire.
well. I'll talk.
Hey, you know who our prisoner is? Because no one else seems to.
Well, I've never seen her on the island before. I don't recognize her as someone who works for InGen. But I don't know everyone, so it's possible.
What? Je sais pas trop.
How's your smoke? Oh, that's a lot of rejected dino preserve proposals.
Yep.
I gotta hand it to the lady. She don't give up easy.
Je pense que c'est... Je sais pas. Je regarde tout pour
Do
savoir
you know,
qu'est-ce qu'il...
he actually told me it doesn't matter that we have dinosaurs from the Jurassic and Triassic ages living together, as long as it's exciting. Moron, I'm interested in hearing more about her symptoms.
Well, like I mentioned before, fever, swelling at the wound, her eyes were jittery.
Hey, Doc, you got a pharmacy inside? It's gonna be a long flight back if we don't get this prisoner either elated or sedated.
She seems harmless enough now, and she's adequately secured. Are you afraid she's gonna beat you up?
Well, I do have a history of women wanting to get their hands on me. Dr. Sorkin,
As I told you, I'm staying behind to watch after the animals.
I'm sorry, but we really need to get you out of here.
Why?
Réserve pour dinosaures, ouais,
Wouldn't
c'est
this
ça.
place be better off as some kind of dinosaur preserve? I mean, it's kind of stupid to treat these creatures like they're in some
crois
kind of
que c'est ça.
circus, right?
Huh. You have a point. But
Ouais,
as
c'est
long
ça.
as John Hammond is in charge, the animals are gonna need me here to ensure that they're treated with respect.
Oh non.
Listen, Hammond really made a mess of this place. You have no idea. There's no hiding his incompetence after this disaster.
Well, obviously that's true. If you knew how I spent my youth, you'd be surprised to find me working in a place like this.
Vous êtes en danger?
Look, Dr. Sorkin, we already caught one unauthorized trespasser. Who knows who else is on the island? Your life may be in danger.
I'll take my chances, thank you.
La prisonnière pourrait faire une rechute.
Gotta get back because, you never know, the prisoner could have a relapse or something.
Highly unlikely.
Please, ma'am, if we don't get you back, I'm gonna get in a lot of
On va
trouble.
voir.
I'll probably lose my job.
Well, I don't wish that on anyone, Mr. Yoder, but I'm afraid it can't be helped. I can't abandon these dinosaurs just so you have a job.
Trust me, there is a
Ah, je pense
very
que c'est de ça
good
qu'il
reason.
faut dire.
Well,
je
come
crois.
back when you think of one. You know, if you're in
Ah,
some
non.
kind of trouble with InGen, I might be able to help. I know people on the board of directors.
You won't get anything out of her, but
Faut partir tout de suite.
do anyone any harm.
Non, on va retourner. Combien on a? Ok, 8 minutes.
How's your smoke?
Non, non. Faut peut-être aller là, vraiment aller là.
What's the point of rebuilding? Hammond will kowtow to the major shareholders and cut every corner to recoup their investment as fast as possible, with no regard to the animals' welfare.
So how did you know to treat her with a tranquilizer?
Dr. Sorkin,
Why do you think interrupting me is going to work this time?
trust me, there is a very
Ah bah
good
c'est la même chose que j'ai redit.
Well, come back when you think of one. Would you mind if I took a look at your wound?
Yeah, why not?
I've tried talking to her, Dr. Sorkin. It's no use.
Well, she'll need medical treatment when she arrives back on the mainland. If she were bitten by it,
Non, j'ai tout vérifié. J'ai tout fait.
How's your smoke?
Ah, peut-être que... Peut-être qu'il faut que je dise quelque chose qui est là. Ah oui, c'est
Hey,
ça.
Oscar, was there any dirt on Dr. Sorkin in the mission briefing? If I'm gonna have to use the old Yoder charm, I'll need some intel.
Big time protester in the 70s. Lots of animal rights crap. Handful of arrests for it. All of her InGen related history is classified. Said to expect her to be a pain in the ass.
It said that?
Between the lines.
Non.
You gonna do any work around here? What, are we union now?
Non.
How the hell does Dr. Sorkin think we're gonna load all this crap into the chopper?
Dunno, but you better do it if you want to get on the good side.
Okay. Well, thanks. You've been a great help. If you want to tag along with us, that's cool. Just give us.
Elle est un peu buggée.
Doesn't do very good with kids, or adults, or animals. Come to think of it, doesn't do very good with anybody. Just stay out of his way.
Est-ce que ça va dire la même chose si je refais ça?
So, Sorkin.
Hippie type. Got arrested a bunch protesting for animal rights.
Ouais, ça va dire la même chose. Peut-être que si je dis ça, ça va peut-être faire quelque chose.
I mean, I knew Hammond was no real scientist, but someone should have seen this coming. So that girl is your daughter?
Sur écoute.
Jess, 14. Hard to believe.
Dr. Sorkin.
Why do you think interrupting me is going to work this time?
Histoire, oui.
Someone needs to speak to the board about protecting these dinosaurs. You believe in animal rights, don't you? Wouldn't you put your neck on the line for them?
You're absolutely right, Mr. Yoder. But none of this matters if the board of directors...
I'm not supposed to say this, but I heard the board is going to hold an emergency meeting about, you know, new leadership. If you were there,
J'ai
you'd
débloqué un
act as a
succès
witness
tantôt.
to the events that took place here. They'd have to listen to you.
That's true. I hate to admit it, Mr. Yoder. But perhaps you're right.
And our orders also mention an assistant?
David. Yes. I'm afraid David won't be coming back with us. He told him to stay away from the quarantine
Dr.
pens.
Sorkin, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Now, before we go, I have some work in the lab that must be completed first. Dr. Harding, perhaps you and your daughter would like to assist me. I've been working on a cure for one of our dinosaurs' nastier genetic disorders.
Oh? Which one?
It's dietary. Right up your alley.
Laboratoire de
Dr. Harding,
Sorkin.
we've done
De
it.
Sorkin.
And what exactly have we done?
Reverse the lysine contingency, of course.
Wait, what?
That.
InGen, Henry Wu, added a gene to the dinosaurs that makes them dependent on supplements of an amino acid called lysine. Without their weekly doses, they'll all die
You
off.
cannot give that to the dinosaurs. They need to be contained. If any of them get off the island...
Okay, listen. I've been working with the Parasaur's behavioral program for months now. If I go back to the
Et on
mainland
va
to
voir.
fight for this place, they'll all be dead before I can get back, along with all of my research.
Parasaurs?
Parasaurolophus. They're herbivores, generally safe.
Let me give the solution to them, to see if it even works.
How many are we talking about?
Ah, des paroles sur
Why
le
don't you
fils.
come out with
On
me?
a de voir ça.
See how much progress we've made with them.
Can we, Dad?
Fine. We'll go.
Cool.
Allons voir ça.
I'm glad to finally
Allez,
have you
voilà.
out here, Dr. Harding, despite the circumstances. We've been doing some very interesting work with our parasaurs. Behavioral communication experiments.
You've interpreted their calls.
Some of them. And I plan to use that to get them out of the pen.
Out?
Well, I'm not going to treat their water with them still in there.
How do we know there aren't any bad dinosaurs around?
Bon, ben, c'est ça dans la prochaine partie. Les amis, on va s'arrêter là pour la 13e partie de l'épisode 2, la cavalerie sur Jurassic Park de Game. Si vous l'avez aimé, n'hésitez pas à laisser un pouce bleu, de mettre des commentaires sur cette vidéo, et de vous abonner à ma chaîne. On se retrouve demain pour la suite de l'épisode 2 de Jurassic Park de Game pour les paroles sur le fils. Salut!